Hello everyone, I hope you're fine. So basically I'm back with another short video, and in this video what I aim to achieve is to basically show you how we can link multiple records using the automation in Airtable. And what we aim to achieve is that we want to link multiple records in one table to the record in the other table. So this can be basically done by using automations. So just to show you the current setup, so basically what we have is that we have one table of vehicles which are vehicle models and in their type, which can economy or executive. And then we have parts, like we have multiple parts, and we have parts like, and we have type of parts like economy or executive. So what I want to do is that whenever there's a change in any of the column, like maybe if you can see Suzuki's economy, Toyota is executive, so I want the relevant parts to be linked to that vehicle. So it would be basically multiple rows which will be linked to this vehicle. So to achieve that, what we need to have is that first we need to have a link record like this, which will link vehicles to the parts. And since it can have multiple rows, so it will be allow linking multiple rows set as true. Now I will create the field, and then I will click here to open the automations, and then click here to create a new automation. First just let's stop this one and then create a new automation. Let's call it link records. And then our trigger action is that when we want this automation code to be kicked off. So in our case it is when a record is updated, like whenever this type is updated we want to link the records. So whenever the record is updated, I will click here, and then I will select the vehicles. That in vehicles we will update the row, and then select the field. So we are watching for the field which is type. I will just run a test here. So what it is doing is that it is basically whenever there is a change in this column, it will trigger this automation. Next step is basically to find the records. Now let me explain what do we mean by find the records. So whenever we have a type change here, let's say we have changed to economy, we want all the parts which have the type economy. We will be searching for all those records in this step. So we have to search in parts table and search based on the condition, and the condition would be that where the type is economy, or the type is the value which is coming from the row which was updated. So it will be a dynamic condition, and I will click here and I will select record 1, record from step 1, and I will basically click on this type and then click on type name. In case of you have a single select, then you will not have these many options, but since it is a drop down, so we have multiple options here. So the relevant one is name, which will contain the value in that field. Let's run the test. Now what we have done so far, first step was whenever there was an update, we go to the parts, and then find all the parts which have that type. So 2 steps have been completed. So the next step would be to update the records. Like for example, for that vehicle we have to link all the records which have economy type to that vehicle. I will go here, add an action which would be update records, and then go to the vehicle, because we have to update this field which will contain all the parts which we have found in step 2. vehicles, and then the record ID. So this will be the ID of the record which was updated, like which was the step 1. So I will go here, select the record ID, and then I will choose the field which we want to update. So the field which we want to update is that, like for example, if this row was type was change, so this record will be our record ID, and this field we want to change, which is parts. So I will add field as parts here, and then this is the main step, important step. So what I will do here is that I will go to step 2. So basically we have to link all the parts to this vehicle, which parts were found in step 2. So basically these will be the record IDs. So you will simply go here, select the Airtable record ID, and then we will basically run our test. So the test is successful. You can see for one of the rows we have tested it, and for that row the vehicle has been assigned parts. So now I will just turn the automation on, and what I will do is that I will basically test it for another basically row. For example, currently you can see the Range Rover, it has not been assigned any parts. I will simply go here, select the type as economy, and then wait for the automation to be kicked off, and then let's wait. Another way to check whether so now it has worked. You can see the Range Rover, it has been assigned all the parts of the economy here. So now what I will do is that I will basically change this category for Qashqai, the last one, to test it. Let's put it as executive, and let's see how it goes. So now this will trigger the automation. The automation should be running now. So now the Qashqai, it has the basically the type assigned as executive. So you can see our automation is working, and we are successfully linking multiple records to one record. And one thing here is that sometimes your automation might fail. So what you can do is that you can basically go here, and you can see that, for example, which step failed or which step passed. So if you have any questions, please feel free to basically leave a comment and let me know. Thank you.